Hello, my name is Josh Obert, and I am a GIS analyst with the ACPF National Hub. In this video, we're going to discuss the By-Field Slope Statistics tool. This is the first tool in the Field Characterization section of the ACPF Toolbox. In ArcGIS Pro, we have our new DEM, which is the one we will use going forward. We also have our field boundaries in a light blue. We will open the catalog window in the right side of the screen if it isn't already open by clicking the Catalog tab. Expand our ACPF toolbox and expand field characterization. We'll double click on the first tool, by field slope statistics, to open it. We've got three inputs of our field boundary feature class, our unfilled DEM, this is going to be our new DEM, and our Z factor. We also have two outputs, slope table and a slope raster. The inputs that we are going to enter are the field boundary feature class, our unfilled DEM, and then our Z factor, which is 0.01. Click Run to run the tool. The slope tool has just finished running, and we can see that a slope raster has been generated and added to our map. We also got a slope table, which when we right click on it and choose Open, will open the attribute table. The table contains the field boundary ID number. This is going to be useful when we want to join it to the field boundary feature class. We also have the mean slope, the 75th percentile slope, and all the remaining fields show the percent slope that was less than 1%, between 1 and 2%, between 2 and 5, and so on, all the way to greater than 15%. These numbers are the percent of the field that is characterized within these criteria. We can give our newly added slope raster some color to help visualize areas with steeper slopes. Select our slope raster in the table of contents and click the Symbology tab in the right panel to open the Symbology window. We'll change the color to the yellow, orange, brown continuous scheme. Click the drop down for color scheme, make sure Show Names and Show All are selected, and scroll down to the bottom to find the yellow, orange, brown continuous. Click on the drop down next to Statistics and we will be choosing DRA. The slope raster is very handy for understanding where steeper slopes are or where low-lying areas that may be susceptible to things like hill erosion or flooding based on how the slope characteristics are within the field. You can see that a lot of the high slopes tend to occur around roadways and streams where their ditches are steeper banks. These can be seen as the darker colors based on the slope raster. Within a field, the more we pan, the ramp is going to change according to the current display extent. We can get an idea within this field where the steeper slopes are occurring and the lower areas where flow might concentrate. It's very handy for visualization, but also for understanding at-risk areas within your watershed. In order to visualize slope by field, we're going to perform a join between our field boundary feature class and our slope table, and then edit the symbology. Let's turn off the slope raster so we can see our fields better. To perform the join, right-click on the field boundary feature class and go to Join and Relates, and click Add Join to open the Add Join window. Our field boundary feature class will auto-populate as the input table, since that is the one we said add join on. The slope table auto-populates as the join table because it is the only table we have currently in our map. If there were other tables in the map, you would need to select the slope table from the drop-down. For input field, we will choose our field boundary ID. Since the slope table has the same field, ArcGIS Pro recognizes that the field exists and we'll set that as the join field. Let's hit OK at the bottom of the Add Join window. Select our field boundaries in the table of contents on the left and click the Symbology tab in the right panel to open the Symbology window. From the drop-down under Primary Symbology, click Graduated Colors. Let's visualize by the 75th percentile slope. We will select that field from the field drop-down. We will leave the method and classes to the default. And for color scheme, we will select orange, purple, 5 classes. Our steeper sloped fields will be in the darker purple color, while our flatter fields will be in orange. In this view, it appears that our watershed consists of all steeper fields. However, if we zoom out, the majority of our steeper slope fields only appear on the west side of the river, while flatter fields appear on the east side of the river and on the south. When we ran the tool, you may have noticed that there is a second by-field slope statistics tool, one with surface parameters. The difference between the tool is how the slope raster is created, the traditional slope tool for A1 or the surface parameters slope tool in A2. The surface parameters slope tool began in ArcGIS Pro 2.7. The surface parameters option is suitable for a highly accurate input surface. The result of using the surface parameters is to provide a more representative slope surface that is not affected by the variability of high-resolution DEMs. If we open the surface parameters tool, we can see that the inputs and outputs are similar, but not exactly the same. The only difference is instead of the Z factor, the surface parameters tool only asks for the unit. With our data, that would be centimeter. We have zoomed into one of the fields of our watershed. The slope is from the by-field slope statistics without surface parameters, A1. The slope is showing streaking across our field. If we turn on the slope that was done using the surface parameters tool, the slope now shows a smoothness that is more representative of the surface and not affected by the variability of the high-resolution DEM. To recap, we ran the by-field slope statistics tool and discussed what values are provided in the slope table. In the next video, we will run the second field characterization tool, tile drainage classification.